Your feet are trying to tell you something important. That tingling sensation you feel when you stand up, or the numbness that creeps into your toes while you're sitting, is not just a normal part of getting older. It's a warning signal from a specific nerve that's being compressed, and if you ignore it, the problem will only get worse. The good news is that in many cases, this numbness is reversible. You don't need expensive treatments or medications. What you need is to understand what's happening inside your ankle and lower leg, and then take simple action to fix it. In the next few minutes, you'll learn exactly how to tell if your foot numbness is nerve-related, how to perform a 30-second technique that can restore sensation, and what daily habits are silently making the problem worse. Before we go any further, this information is for educational purposes only. It is not medical advice. If you experience sudden numbness, sharp shooting pain, changes in skin color, or loss of balance, you need to see a doctor right away. Now let's talk about what's really going on with your feet. Most people assume that numbness in the feet is caused by poor circulation. And yes, circulation plays a role. But in many cases, the real culprit is nerve entrapment. There are three major nerves that run from your lower leg into your foot: the tibial nerve, the peroneal nerve, and the sural nerve. These nerves pass through narrow tunnels made of bone, ligament, and muscle. When those tunnels get tight, the nerve gets squeezed. When a nerve is compressed, it can't send signals properly. That's when you feel tingling, burning, or complete numbness. The most common place for this to happen is in a structure called the tarsal tunnel. It's located on the inside of your ankle, just below the bony bump you can feel there. The tarsal tunnel is like a small passageway. The tibial nerve runs through it, along with tendons and blood vessels. If the tunnel gets inflamed, or if the tissues around it swell, the nerve gets pinched. This is called tarsal tunnel syndrome. It's similar to carpal tunnel syndrome in the wrist, but it happens in your ankle. The symptoms are very specific. You might feel numbness or tingling on the bottom of your foot. It might get worse when you walk or stand for a long time. You might also feel it more at night, especially if you sleep with your feet pointed downward. Some people describe it as a burning sensation, or like their foot is falling asleep and never waking up. The numbness often starts in the heel and spreads forward toward the toes. Now, here's the part most people don't realize. Sitting for long periods makes this worse. When you sit with your legs crossed or with your feet tucked under your chair, you're putting pressure on the nerves in your lower leg and ankle. Over time, that pressure adds up. The nerve becomes irritated, the tissues around it become inflamed, and the numbness becomes constant. Think about your typical day. You sit at breakfast, you sit in the car or on the bus, you sit at appointments or while watching television. You might be sitting for 6, 8, or even 10 hours a day. Every minute you spend in a seated position with poor leg positioning is another minute of pressure on those delicate nerves. So how do you know if your numbness is caused by nerve entrapment or poor circulation? There's a simple test you can do at home. Sit in a chair and extend one leg straight out in front of you. Flex your foot so your toes point toward your shin. Now tap gently on the inside of your ankle, right below the bony bump. Tap along the path where the nerve runs. If you feel a tingling sensation that shoots into your foot or toes, that's called a positive Tinel's sign. It means the nerve is irritated. If you don't feel anything, the issue might be more related to circulation. Either way, you should talk to a doctor. But if the test is positive, nerve gliding exercises can help. Nerve gliding is a technique that gently moves the nerve through its pathway. Think of it like flossing your teeth, but for your nerves. The goal is to reduce adhesions, improve blood flow to the nerve, and restore normal signal transmission. When a nerve is compressed for a long time, the tissues around it can develop scar tissue or adhesions. These adhesions act like sticky spots that prevent the nerve from moving freely. Nerve gliding exercises break up these adhesions gradually and safely. Here's how to do it. Sit in a sturdy chair with your back supported. Extend your right leg straight out in front of you. Flex your foot so your toes point up toward the ceiling. Now slowly point your toes down toward the floor. Then flex them back up. Do this 10 times, moving slowly and smoothly. You should feel a gentle pull along the bottom of your foot and the back of your calf. This is normal. What you should not feel is sharp pain, cramping, or a sudden increase in numbness. If you experience any of these, reduce the range of motion or stop and consult a healthcare provider. Next, add your ankle. As you point your toes down, turn your foot inward slightly. As you flex your toes up, turn your foot outward. This creates a gentle gliding motion for the tibial nerve. Do this 10 times. The inward and outward rotation changes the tension on the nerve and helps it glide through different parts of the tarsal tunnel. Finally, add your knee. Start with your knee bent and your foot flat on the floor. Slowly straighten your leg while flexing your foot up. Then bend your knee again while pointing your toes down. This moves the nerve along its entire length. Do this 10 times. The entire sequence takes about 30 seconds. You should feel a mild stretch, but no pain. If you feel sharp pain or if the numbness gets worse, stop immediately. Do this exercise 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, and evening. Consistency is key. You're not trying to force the nerve to move. You're teaching it to glide smoothly again. Over time, this can reduce inflammation and restore normal sensation. Many people notice a difference within the first week. The tingling may decrease. The numb areas may start to feel more normal. Some people regain full sensation within a few weeks. Others take longer, especially if the compression has been present for months or years. Now let's talk about circulation. Even if your numbness is primarily nerve-related, circulation still matters. When blood flow to the nerve is reduced, the nerve doesn't get the oxygen and nutrients it needs to heal. So improving circulation will speed up your recovery. Nerves are living tissues. They need a constant supply of fresh blood to function properly. One of the simplest ways to improve circulation is with ankle pumps. Sit or lie down with your legs extended. Flex your feet up and down as if you're pressing on a gas pedal. Do this for 1 minute several times a day. This activates the calf muscles, which act like a pump to push blood back up toward your heart. The calf muscle pump is one of the most important mechanisms for returning blood from your feet to your heart. When you move your ankles, the calf muscles contract and squeeze the veins. This pushes blood upward against gravity. Another effective technique is elevation. When you're resting, prop your feet up on a pillow so they're above the level of your heart. This reduces swelling and helps fluid drain out of your lower legs. Do this for 15 to 20 minutes, 2 or 3 times a day. Elevation is especially helpful in the evening after you've been on your feet all day. You can also massage the bottom of your feet. Use your thumbs to apply firm pressure along the arch, from the heel to the ball of the foot. This stimulates blood flow and helps relax tight muscles that might be compressing the nerve. Pay special attention to any areas that feel tight or tender. Spend an extra 30 seconds on these areas using small circular motions. You can do this while watching television or before bed. Now let's address the daily habits that are making your numbness worse. First, stop sitting with your legs crossed. This puts direct pressure on the peroneal nerve, which runs along the outside of your knee. Over time, this can cause numbness and tingling on the top of your foot. Crossing your legs might feel comfortable in the moment, but it creates a kink in the nerve pathway. Second, avoid sitting for more than 30 minutes at a time. Set a timer if you need to. Every 30 minutes, stand up, walk around, and do a few ankle pumps. This keeps the blood flowing and prevents the nerves from getting compressed. Even 2 minutes of movement makes a difference. Third, check your footwear. Shoes that are too tight, especially around the ankle or the top of the foot, can compress the nerves. Look for shoes with a wide toe box and good arch support. Avoid high heels and flip-flops, which force your foot into unnatural positions. High heels shift your weight forward and put constant pressure on the ball of your foot. Flip-flops offer no support and cause your toes to grip with every step. Fourth, pay attention to how you sleep. If you sleep on your back with your toes pointed down, you're putting the tibial nerve in a stretched position all night long. Try placing a pillow under your ankles so your feet stay in a neutral position. A neutral foot position means your toes point straight up toward the ceiling, not down toward the end of the bed. This keeps the nerve relaxed and allows blood to flow freely. Fifth, stay hydrated. Dehydration makes your blood thicker, which slows circulation. It also increases inflammation, which can worsen nerve compression. Aim for at least 8 glasses of water a day. Proper hydration keeps your tissues supple and your blood flowing smoothly. Now let's talk about when you should see a doctor. Foot numbness can be a symptom of several serious conditions. Diabetes is one of the most common causes of peripheral neuropathy. High blood sugar damages the small blood vessels that supply the nerves, leading to numbness, tingling, and pain. If you have diabetes, or if you have risk factors like obesity or a family history, get your blood sugar checked. Vitamin deficiencies can also cause nerve damage. B12 deficiency is especially common in older adults because the body's ability to absorb B12 decreases with age. If you're experiencing numbness along with fatigue, memory problems, or balance issues, ask your doctor to check your B12 levels. Spinal stenosis, or narrowing of the spinal canal, can compress the nerves that run down into your legs and feet. This usually causes numbness in both feet, along with lower back pain and weakness in the legs. If your numbness is bilateral and progressive, you need imaging studies to rule out spinal problems. Peripheral artery disease is another serious cause. This is a condition where the arteries in your legs become narrowed or blocked, reducing blood flow to your feet. The numbness is usually accompanied by pain when walking, cold feet, and slow-healing wounds. If you have these symptoms, see a vascular specialist. Finally, if your numbness comes on suddenly, especially if it's only on one side, it could be a sign of a stroke. Other warning signs include weakness, confusion, trouble speaking, and loss of balance. If you have any of these symptoms, call emergency services immediately. Assuming you've ruled out serious conditions, the nerve gliding exercises and circulation techniques we've discussed can make a real difference. But they work best when combined with overall healthy habits. Regular physical activity is essential. Walking, swimming, and cycling all improve circulation and keep your nerves healthy. Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate activity most days of the week. Physical activity does more than improve circulation. It also reduces inflammation, supports healthy blood sugar levels, and strengthens the muscles that protect your nerves. Strength training is also important. Strong muscles support your joints and reduce the risk of nerve compression. Focus on exercises that strengthen your calves, ankles, and feet. Toe raises, heel raises, and resistance band exercises are all effective and can be done at home. Flexibility matters too. Tight muscles can pull on the structures around your nerves, increasing compression. Stretch your calves, hamstrings, and hip flexors daily. Hold each stretch for at least 30 seconds. Tight calf muscles are especially problematic. They pull on the Achilles tendon, which changes the position of your ankle and increases pressure inside the tarsal tunnel. Nutrition plays a role as well. Foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids like salmon, walnuts, and flax seeds reduce inflammation. Antioxidant-rich foods like berries, leafy greens, and dark chocolate protect your nerves from damage. Limit processed foods, sugar, and excess salt, which all contribute to inflammation and poor circulation. Finally, manage your stress. Chronic stress increases inflammation and slows healing. Practice relaxation techniques like deep breathing, meditation, or gentle yoga. Even 5 minutes a day can make a difference. Let's recap what you've learned today. Foot numbness is often caused by nerve entrapment, not just poor circulation or aging. The most common site is the tarsal tunnel in your ankle. You can test for nerve involvement by tapping on the inside of your ankle and checking for tingling. Nerve gliding exercises can help restore sensation by gently moving the nerve through its pathway. Do these exercises 3 times a day for best results. Improve circulation with ankle pumps, elevation, and foot massage. Avoid habits that compress your nerves, like sitting with your legs crossed or wearing tight shoes. Stay hydrated, eat a healthy diet, and stay active. And most importantly, see a doctor if your numbness is sudden, severe, or accompanied by other symptoms. Your feet carry you through life. They deserve your attention and care. Numbness is not something you have to live with. In many cases, it's a problem you can fix with simple, consistent action. Start today with the nerve gliding exercise. Do it right now before you move on to your next task. Notice how your foot feels. Pay attention to any changes over the next few days. And remember, small actions repeated daily lead to big improvements over time. If you found this information helpful, take a moment to explore more ways to protect your mobility and independence as you age. Your body is resilient. Give it the tools it needs, and it will respond.